Good evening. Hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. I've got the live John Pennekamp Coral Cam up right now. And of course, I'm going to do the coin spin right now before we get into the rest of this Precious Metals report. See what she says. I think on Friday we were throwing a bear, and apparently we kind of got that this morning, didn't we? Ooh, she's throwing another bear there. Well, good thing the coin is just for fun and is wrong. 50-50? I don't know. I don't track it. Take a look at this. Just wonderful. You don't usually see the water this clear in Pennekamp, although I haven't been watching the Pennekamp live cam for very long now, as most of you know. But wow, just take a look at that. One of the most beautiful live cams I've seen as far as it comes to coral, other than the Miami Coral Cam. But look, fan corals right here. These are kind of rare, and I think they only exist in Florida, this particular purple species. Oh, look, there's a ray there that just went by too. All right, this is not a coral or fish show, but I always like to start it out with something attractive, pretty, and relaxing, and local to our South Florida environment here for my South Florida customers. Let's take a look at prices today. Pretty monkey hammered in the overnight markets. We'll get to the 24-hour markets here in a moment. Currently sitting at $17.79, $17.80. We were down about 25 bucks here. Sorry about that. I'll try to turn that off from this phone. It's going to ring on the other phones. And yes, I am doing this report from the downstairs showroom at Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals right now. Again, we opened at 1802 yesterday. I think that was the close on Friday. Was 1802, and the we got a low end of 1773. That's what 20. Boy, that's a 20, almost a 27, 28, 29, almost a $30 dip from where we were in the high on Friday or the opening on Sunday night. Again, this activity, this monkey hammering did occur in the thinly traded overnight markets. I don't see it anything other than just sheer, if you call it spoofing, they want proof of how it was spoofed. But I mean, what else can you call gold and silver getting monkey hammered in the Sunday night? Back to the typical old nonsense, getting hammered in the Sunday night markets before New York opens in the morning. And same thing with silver. Look at that, a low of 2012 and a high of 2089 is where we sat again on the closing on Friday, I believe. Opens up Sunday nights, gets monkey hammered in the overnight markets. Platinum kind of the same way, a high of 1967, down about 35 bucks, which is pretty substantial considering the price of platinum right there is still too low in my opinion at sub 950 or sub $1,000 levels. All right, oh man, what can I say? Just buy the dips, folks, when you can. Let's take a look at what happened in the overnight markets, and I'm going to do a quick refresh here. It looks like there we are. This is our continuation line, but there's the morning market when New York Crimex markets opened. I think it's at 8:20 in the morning, I believe we said. And look, it all occurred kind of actually our up market herpes happened during the opening of the New York Crimex market here, and our hemorrhaging overnight, and the same thing with silver, you'll see, happened in the overnight markets. I also noticed the futures markets in the stock equities, the Dow Jones, the S&P, and the NASDAQ were down in the overnights in the futures markets as well, along with gold, silver, and everything else. Equities seem to have rebounded somewhat. We'll look at the little chart here as well in a moment. But you can see the same activity happen with silver. Take a look at that. Overnight markets where when New York opened, we had kind of sideways and up action, and again sideways from, off that 2018 or 2019 low that we've seen earlier. But the charts are very similar. Oddly enough, again, last night in the futures markets in the equities this morning in the Dow Jones, S&P, and NASDAQ, the futures right here, were down substantially. So was gold. And I was saying, God, that's strange. We talked about that on Friday, that gold seems to be following the equities markets. Well, not today, obviously. Take a look at this. Gold still down. NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow Jones bounced back from their decline in the futures in the overnight markets. Well, what does that mean? I don't know. Take it for what it is. I'm tired. It's been a long day. How the U.S. toppled the world's most powerful gold trader. This was an article that was done here. We'll kind of flip to the bottom here. Who is this? This is Bloomberg News via Yahoo. So what we're going to do is hit the link down here for the remainder of the report. How the U.S. top of the world's most powerful gold trader. You can read this yourself. It's in the gata.org news web there. As you could, well, here, I'll just go backwards right here. Just go to gata.org. There's the article right there. You can read it on their page. But let's take a look at the link here because it shows a little bit more. And what do they talk about? Story continues. Yeah, the story does continue, doesn't it? It's really a bunch of bullshit because, you know, the traders got thrown under the bus for, not thrown under the bus, the traders were actually spoofing and they were doing illegal stuff. But really, the conspiracy charges that were supposed to unfold never did unfold. And the conspiracy charges really would have drawn J.P. Morgan back into the legal mix here. It would have also drawn attention to the CME group and the CFTC asking, well, you know, what are you guys doing about this stuff? How does this stuff happen under your, you know, the CFTC watch? How does this happen under your casino, you know, to the CME group? You'd have to ask them that, you know, because the CME group, again, who runs the COMEX markets, who runs the Globex markets, who runs a lot of markets in the commodities. It's their casino. They have security. They have watchdogs. They read the same reports. They're privy to data that a lot of people don't have. And to say that the CME group has not known about this manipulation that's been going on for decades and decades is just pure bullshit. Of course they've known what's been going on. They made a lot of money off it. Again, they're like the bookies. They make money off the players. You know, they make money off the VIG. You know, that's how they make their money. The CME group does. So if they have these huge whales in there, just making these huge bets, they're making huge money off those huge bets, folks. All right, and and they don't care if they're cheating or not. Actually, again, money talks, bullshit walks, and they're criminal Crimex markets, in my opinion. And the other thing you have to ask yourself, by the way, read this article for sure. I'd say that you can click on the gata.org article here. And again, it's under finance. Well, just click that right there. But it explains to you how crooked these markets are. Because why would the COMEX group, why would the CME group, who runs this, runs the platform in which gold and silver and a lot of other commodities where their price is determined, why would they allow a huge criminal? I'm not going to call them criminal because, well, yeah, they are. They've been charged with crimes. They've been charged with fraud. J.P. Morgan has paid almost $920 million in fines to cover for their fraudulent activity in gold and silver markets. Why would the U.S. government, judges, and regulatory groups, and including the CME group, allow J.P. Morgan to do any kind of precious metals trading at all? Again, it's kind of, a lot of judges, when they sentence criminals, for example, if a criminal was involved with fraudulent printing of currency, the judge might say, well, you can never be around a printing shop ever again. If we catch you around a printing shop, we're going to bury you under the prison. We don't even do that in the United States. You know what we do? We catch, but again, I'm just railing on this company. And as I've said, too big to jail, too big to fail, too big to jail. And at this point, JP is such a huge entity. So are some of these other big commercial banks that have done a lot of illegal trading that, I guess the government has to look at it from this standpoint, or whoever. If we take them down now, we'd basically be taking down the economy really quick, sinking the whole boat, you know what I mean? Shooting your foot off. So that's kind of probably where they're at. That's probably why they're too big to fail and too big to jail, because at this point, they've got away with so much, they've become so huge that if they do go belly up, they're going to take a lot of people with them. And I don't know. Let's get out of there and just move into something else here, which I found interesting. Zimbabwe has a new gold coin they're putting out. A few folks have asked me if I'm going to carry that gold coin. My understanding is that the premium is like 5% from banks in total. Probably not. I didn't find the coin very attractive. We'll take a look at it in just a moment. But Zimbabwe's current sky-high inflation rates almost seems tame compared to the earlier days. In 2009, the country's legendary hyperinflation prompted the central bank to issue astronomical denominations such as a $50 billion bill, which was only enough to buy 2 loaves of bread. Remember what I keep talking about, that the fiat currencies aren't going to go away. You know, the countries aren't going to adopt a new gold standard per se. And some people can say, well, Zimbabwe's issuing a gold coin. Yeah, but they're not backing their currency in gold, are they? No, they're doing what the U.S. Treasury Department, or what the U.S. Treasury does, or what the U.S. Mint does. They're issuing, gold coins, all right, that you can buy from them for a premium. But the Zimbabwe's currency is not backed by gold at all. Neither is U.S. currency. So, $50 billion bill, enough to buy 2 loaves of bread, and the truth of the matter is even, people often say, well, the inflation, we need to buy gold, we need to buy fractional currencies, we need to buy fractional gold pieces so that, if the world comes to pieces, I can trade this for food. I'll repeat this. I've repeated it 1,000 times already on these videos. Is you're not going to be using gold to trade for food. In this case, they even acknowledge that it took 2 of these bills, such as a $50 billion bill. It took 1 of these to buy 2 loaves of bread. So a $50 billion bill. They were still using the fiat currency. The Zimbabweans weren't running around trying to buy bread with gold, or a vast majority of them weren't, for 2 reasons. Most of them didn't know what real gold looked like. Stores weren't capable of handling gold, and the general populace knew what a Zimbabwe $50 million or $50 billion reserve bank note looked like. So they were more willing to deal in that. And again, that's what we're going to see in the future. Man, I just kind of drifted sideways on this video tonight. Sorry about that. Best deals out there, folks. Prices are changing dramatically as far as silver goes. It looks like the cheapest, 100-ounce bars have come down in price. It looks like that the 1-ounce rounds are going to come down in price pretty soon. You're probably not seeing it across your favorite bullion websites and your local dealers yet, but I believe that the premiums are going to come down on a lot of these products. 1-ounce rounds, 10-ounce bars. Kilos, of course, have been the best deal for quite some time, but as I said, 100-ounce bars are now probably about 10 cents, 20 cents an ounce cheaper than kilo bars. So 100-ounce bars are available right now, and they are the cheapest product out there when it comes to silver. What is not the cheapest product is Silver Eagles. Definitely not. Apparently, the premium on the folks, right now is a wonderful time to trade Silver Eagles. I made this mention a couple times. This is a Silver Eagle trade alert. Trade your Silver Eagles right now for kilo bars, 100-ounce bars, even 1-ounce bars. Silver Eagles are got a ridiculous premium, folks. Get rid of them right now. Trade them for the generic rounds, which are the best deal out there. 90% still has a ridiculous premium. I would avoid buying 90%. In fact, I think that you could sell your 90%. If you have enough 90% dimes, quarters, and halves right now, you could sell or trade that to your local dealer. Or if you live in South Florida, you can come into Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals between 10 and 4 and trade your silver 90% and your Silver Eagles and walk out with more silver. And less premium. Man, again, the premium, I would take advantage of this premium right now, folks, when it comes to Silver Eagles and 90%. You can turn it into more silver, put more silver in your pocket, because when the price of silver starts to skyrocket and go really high, the premiums on a lot of this stuff are going to start to disappear, especially when we hit bubble territory in silver. And I know some folks are saying, bubble territory? What are you talking about, Brian? Well, when the price of silver gets so high that you just lack any more buyers, and then it starts to reverse itself, it starts to come down. In which case, when that starts to happen, the premiums on everything starts to disappear across the board. So it doesn't matter if you own 100-ounce bars, kilos, or Silver Eagles, you're going to get about the same price. So I take advantage of these big premiums right now, and I hope that wasn't confusing because, man, like I said, it's been a long day. I got to get something to eat here shortly. I'm going to blame this on my blood sugar. Why I'm rushing through this video. Best deals out there in gold are still gold bars. Next best deal would probably be Austrian Philharmonics and what else? Krugerrands, and maybe some of the British, what is that? British Angel series or the British Gold series. I forget what it is right now. And as far as silver, again, 100-ounce bars, kilos, 10s and 1s in that order. Stay away from silver eagles right now for sure. In fact, I'm recommending if you got them, trade them in, get some more silver. Get rid of that high premium. You can really make some money on that right now, or turn it into real silver. What else? I think that's really about it, folks. I'm going to get into yet a couple questions on yesterday's videos. CR Chief says, any suggestions here? I need a sip of water here. Give me a real quick second. Nope, no wine tonight. That's actually what I'm waiting for right now. So to get up, get a glass of wine and eat my dinner. Let's see here. Any suggestion where I can find coins released the past 3 years of minutes lower than 5K or even 1K other than eBay? No, just check with your local dealer. And look around. I don't know where to tell you because it's not my thing. I don't really look for a lot of modern stuff with low mintages, but it is interesting, and I think there's nothing wrong with buying low mintage stuff. I've been kind of squirreling that stuff away over the years as it's come into the store, especially if it's close to the bullion price and it's a sovereign product. Thanks for watching, CR Chief. Can't argue with that. Wallace, Steven, what's up? Michael, Mark Hall, yep, the silver bad, Jason, silver bad, haha. So like, all right, Wharton Thistles, Whimper Spire, Semi-Country Back to okay, not quite sure what that is, but it sounds good. It's got music things next to it. I'm sure there's a good song there. Michael, Macau, even though silver is, I would like to see the market is moving at sacred ends. Yeah, that's true, Michael. Can't argue with that. Zipper Fix, Crypto says, thoughts on Libertads? Not really. There's a lot of guys out there collecting Libertads. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, Libertad premiums on some Libertads, I think $10 premiums, $12, $15 premium. I think that people have to separate themselves from, am I stacking silver for the sake of just stacking silver for the price of silver at the lowest premium I can? Or am I buying collectibles and higher premium products because I think they're cool? And they are cool. If you think something's cool, you don't mind paying a premium for it. But you got to separate the two. You really do. When it comes to Libertads and you start paying a $10 and $12, $15 premium, I'm not a big fan of that. If your intent is to stack silver. If your intent is to collect that stuff and have fun, it's a whole different story. But if your intent is to collect silver and you want to get a return back one day on this stuff and get your premium back, I don't think I'd buy Libertads or Silver Eagles or a lot of those products that have really high premiums. That's just my opinion. Welco, what's up? Silver Liner. Yeah, those ATBs are pretty damn cool. At 115 bucks, man, you're doing pretty well on those. I thought they were a bargain at that level at one time as well. How far is Mar-Largo from me? Mar-Largo is about 45 minutes north of me. By a nice leisurely drive, maybe 45, 50 minutes, by a nice leisurely drive on A1A North. Actually, I'm looking at A1A right now, just down the street from me. Why bother taking them in court if you know they don't get prosecuted? Well, the thing is that prosecution in criminal courts is a big difference than prosecution in civil courts. In civil courts, it's much easier to win a lawsuit. And I think some point that with all the criminal prosecution that's going on and pleading to lesser charges, even the spoofing and the $920 million fine that J.P. Morgan had to pay, that at some point someone's going to go in with a civil suit, whether it's a CME group, whether it's JP, whether it's a bunch of different groups altogether. They're going to go in and they're going to say, look, to a civil, jury in a civil suit and say, look how many times they've been charged, how many times they've violated these rules, and that's what they did to me. And again, I think it'd be, I think that these little wins in these criminal courts are going to add up to a win in a civil court one day with some of these folks. And again, that's just my opinion. Thanks for commenting, Bill. Hillbill says, I picked up a 2022 200 mother dingo and pup today. Interesting. I'm not even sure what that is, but it sounds cool. A dingo and a pup. Temporary, what will happen to the gold price if we go back to gold standard? I don't think we're ever going back to gold standard, and I don't mean to sound so abrupt about it. I just don't think it's going to happen, and I highly doubt it. Fiat is too valuable to crooked governments, and until you change your governments, and you're not going to get an honest currency. Blind Shiva, high premiums are just not enough for some dealers. You know, the premiums actually drop, Blind Shiva. That's what I talked about earlier. Premiums are dropping quite a bit on certain products, but certain other products, just stay away from them. If the premiums are too high, don't buy them. It's one of the reasons that I do this show, is to kind of alert you folks out there. What are the high premiums? What are the better premiums? What are the best deals out there? And if there's one thing you can take away from these videos, other than my blabbering and my political views and all this stuff, is that I do know my product. Gary says, VG, hold on one second, sorry about that. I think when all of them are on the upside again means that the plunge protection is working. Yeah, I agree 100%. There's a lot of people that believe that as well. Pam and Russ Martins, who write a economic article, believe that the plunge protection team is keeping the Dow, SP, and the, oh gosh, sorry about that, NASDAQ up by intervening in those markets. I believe it as well. And so do you. Thanks for commenting, BG. Gary says in the 1990s, 100,000 worth of gold purchase would bring $450,000 a day. And the same purchase of 7 point ammo, 775,000 a day. That's 400 to 180. Okay, I get your point, but I'd rather store gold than ammo, that's for sure. And thanks for commenting, Gary. Pretty cool comparison there. Empty-headed this. She's playing card against when you find out the odds are stacked against you. And that's why we don't get upset, sir. Why get upset? You know, of course the game is rigged. You know, but if you don't play, you can't win. All right, I'm calling it quits. I'm going to go eat my dinner, which includes some fresh fish that I bought from the local fish market here. And by the way, the guy that once owned that place, oh man, good customer of mine, passed away recently at the fish peddler, Vern. I guess I can say that. He was a customer of mine that liked to buy silver, and again passed away a little while ago. But owns the fish shop here on Commercial Boulevard called the Fish Peddler. So if you live in South Florida and you like good fresh fish, go by and see the Fish Peddler. I'm not getting paid for that. In fact, I was just remembering a good customer, a local businessman, Vern, that owns that place, and that's why I brought it up. But we got some good fish from him tonight, and I'm going to cook that up here shortly, folks, because I am hungry. Well, this is Brian from Concierge Bullion Services and Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. Concierge Bullion Services is our business that deals only in precious, well, I won't say only in precious metal, but primarily in precious metals, gold, silver, and platinum products. If you're buying or selling more than 100 ounces of gold at a time, or platinum, or more than 2,500 ounces of silver, call us anytime at Concierge Bullion Services. We do dealings over the phone, so that's pretty easy for us. There's our phone number, 954-302-2046. And if you live in South Florida, come by and see us at our brick and mortar store, which is Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. We're open 10 to 4 Mondays through Fridays and been in the same location since 1995. Hey, listen, I'm going to call it quits. Quick report tonight, and keep buying these dips, folks. At some point, it's going to pay off for us big time. At the very least, it's wealth preservation. Good night now.